And I feel like our panelists share the same feeling.
Let's see. It's going to be round 2 between ONIC and EVOS. International Derby. Lana Dawn. Will ONIC double their lead right here? Or perhaps we might see EVOS equalize in this best of 5.
So we saw EVOS pick up the Baxia. And we thought it was going to go jungle, right? A lot of control, obviously, with the Baxia. Quick rotations as well. But it ends up being a roam Baxia. Still comfort for Albert with the Yisun Shin. And then Rendy. An Alice Merchant, or rather, spamming the Alice 24/7. Feels like, again, comfortability is #1. Emblems by Games Max. Gusset Blast for the Baxia. Shirley, rotational plays. Helping clear the wave, too. And going for agility there for the Juicin in the hands of Sans. We saw a few Juicins today. Go for the pull yourself together, but I feel like Sans also needs to match up Key's movements around the map. But the mid prior the Gani, I feel like with the Khalid and the Juicin, it's kind of, you know, it kind of favors ONIC quite a bit, but, you know, EVOS, they have rounded themselves up with a very solid draft, especially now. CC down bottom and the Yve, their vision could be opened, especially with the Baxia. So the vision game from EVOS is actually very, very strong. And even Key is posing up top, or rather down bottom, in this bush.
Very natural rotation so far here from both teams, I gotta say. Nothing too crazy, nothing out of the ordinary though. Key has to spend his regen. Now, Keyboy looking for a move in the bottom side. That's gonna be the flicker against Bent. Now with ONIC though, clearing the turtle, that's just gonna be a clean neutral objective take for ONIC. That's gonna be the Lapu Lapu though. Uh-oh, jumping. The box will be popped. That's going to be Lutfi flickering out. Rendy jumping in. Keyboy no flicker will be the first one to fall in this game. Will EVOS collect more? It seems like the sidestep from Lutfi will be enough. And that's a turtle for a kill.
We all thought it was going to be worth it for ONIC to trade Keyboy's flicker with the turtle, but EVOS, they collapse on towards Keyboy. And even Lutfi was also ready with the Bravest Fighter as well, so it was supposed to be worth it for ONIC, but now, you know, the kill goes on to Rendy, so whatever. And ONIC, I would still want to pressure even more towards the jungle of EVOS. We're going to take that green camp for Kyrie. And speaking of Kyrie, in that Hayabusa game in Game 1, we expected him to farm fast because the Hayabusa, obviously, good clear, fast farming patterns too. With the Quad Shadow, he can move around, but he was constantly pressured by the Gatot Kacha and the Alice. A lot of pressure exerted towards him. So he wasn't really able to shine as much as you would like him to be. But at least in this game, you know, there isn't really the pressure of that Gatot Kacha in the hands of Key. But the Baxia might still do the same thing. Look at him just counter-jungling with Keyboy by his side. The Khalid now kind of acts almost like the Hilda, but it is just much more oppressive with the CC that it has and the sustainability too. Almost like a Hilda, I'd say. And honest prediction by Gope. 69% for ONIC.
Wow, that's the big one. Second neutral objective take here. With a setup like this, Albert level 6, Kai level 7. Albert is slightly behind here, but ONIC should not be gun-shy here and triggering, pulling the trigger for that turtle.
Skylar's just gonna farm 6 levels for both gold laners. The objective spawns, and now EVOS, they kind of want to fight this as well because they have so much control again with the Eve, with the box, the RWM, plus that Mountain Shocker. Good space to zone out the players of ONIC. They have to be wary on where they will step. Lutfi, though, will have the chance to dive into the back. However, it's a CC, right? So you have to be careful. Rendy is pushing Skylar back.
Wow, beautiful farming pattern. Kyrie's now level 8.
Suelo.
That's going to be Suelo going back with the Mount Shocker, though. Albert trying to do something. Keyboy finds a 3-man raising stance, so no follow-up, though. Lutfi flickering back. That's going to be Lutfi very low. Still able to get out, but Rendy now will reposition in the back. That's going to be Shadow Kill distributed to 4 members. And Albert finds the kill on towards Kai. That's going to be Albert taking the Lord. EVOS striking back here in the second turtle. Take a look in the mid lane. Key isolated, will be taken down. Lutfi has the final laugh. But man, oh man, what a long fight.
the replay for that, but yeah, Kyrie falling right there just made it even worth it for EVOS. But look at the gold lead still swinging in the hands of ONIC. 600k, rather 600, excuse me, 600k is a lot, but yeah, Kyrie, we're gonna farm fast. It feels like it's the same story again with the Hayabusa in hands of Kyrie. Albert gets a lot of prio with the Yi Sun-shin. And he farms very, very fast. His teammate is always behind him. And Kyrie with the Hayabusa. Gonna need more avenues to go in. Quelo.
Quelo will not survive that one. Shadow kill this time around will be enough to take him down. Take a look at Sans! With the flicker, he's able to find the outplay. Gila Sans with Keyboy trying to hold on. Will not be able to. And now looking for the counter play. That's going to be a knockup from Sans, but not enough to take this Boxia down.
This Boxia is tanky, man. Very, very tanky. That was a trade towards Keyboy. Only a single kill towards Suelo, which I think is quite worth it as well for ONIC. Now glowing one secured. So again, that extra bit of anti-heal for EVOS. The Chusen has it as well. Now, Lapu. And that's of Lutpi. I think it'll be the catalyst for most of the fights that's going to happen for ONIC. Again, having to dive. Because the Yve, when it opens up the box, the RWM, he is quite vulnerable. And then you have the Khalid who can dive in. And then you can have Lutpi. It's the Lapu to just jump into the back. And with all CC immune, I think he wouldn't really care about the RWM, right? But still, he has to be careful. Turtle spawns now, and ONIC is where they will try to get this back. But Randy, look at him, just screening away ONIC.
Wow, that's a great move from EVOS. Now Lutpi looking for a flank. That's going to be Lutpi stunning Albert down under the turtle. Kai! Bicentennial take the turtle down. Now let's see the fight. Sans with the Crimson Beacon key very low. Should be taken down here. That's going to be one member of ONIC. Lutpi taken down. Now Erlon trying to hold on with the benches. Not able to as Kai 3 finds the connection to take the double. Oh! What? Comes back in. Randy though still composed and will get out of that situation.
How did he get there? The Hayabusa suddenly pops out of nowhere. Laura Accurate Kakashi just spawning out of nowhere. But that was right on time, and Kyrie was able to get a lot of value from that replay by Samsung Galaxy S25 FE. This was initially a good fight because Lapu or Lutpi was able to stun Albert and render him immobile. But look at that shadow kill. Plus on top of the Zaman Force, Skyler was able to deal the damage. And why did I say it was so worth it? Because the Sky Piercer arrived on time for that fight for Kyrie. He's now on 20 stacks, I believe. 20 or 30 stacks will have to get confirmation, but as of now, ONIC, they're not stopping down the tempo.
For Sans spot here, Key knocked up, Real Word Motivation committed. That's going to be Key going down first. Two members off here. That's going to be Randy taken down as well. Now it's not a fair fight, but Skyler will be the trade. It's a 5v4 now as ONIC, they have something left in their tanks. Finds Erlon, Suelo isolated and will be taken down. 4 members of EVOS are down and dead as ONIC will take more of the space.
We're talking about Kyrie playing Hayabusa in this series with a lot of constraints. He wasn't able to farm properly. He wasn't able to outclass Albert, at least in game number 1. Game number 2, he's now steamrolling. That's 40 stacks of the Sky Piercer and more will come. And that is very good against the strong lineup from EVOS. Keyboy has to run.
No flicker, that should be a free kill. They can't stop that, but take a look at the Lord. It's Prio to buy ONIC. The distraction, but ONIC, they're being patient here. EVOS might take the... They reclaim the river. With the 5v4 now, that's a stun tie! Caught! That's gonna be the Lord free. Take a look at the mid lane. Lutpi isn't able to find the connection. 2 members off the board earlier for ONIC and EVOS. They will take it.
That is so strange. ONIC, they are not familiar with making mistakes, but I think that was a bit of a slip-off coming in from them.
Yeah.
Kyrie, I think it shifted back to that Cloud Shadow, but it was on top of an Alice ult. He was immobilized. He couldn't move anywhere, and that was also the Lord on half HP. So when EVOS were able to clear that front line and get a few members of ONIC, they went onto the Lord that was as easy as A, B, C. Easiest Lord for EVOS. It's gonna spawn up top. ONIC, how will they respond to this? And Kyrie, he loses a stack of that Sky Piercer, but it's all gonna be okay. But not okay for ONIC because EVOS, they have prio in all 2 lanes. I mean, look at the CC down bottom just farming. Game fact by Gope with 8 assists in game 2. Keyboy officially becomes the player with the most assists in MPL ID since 16. Rather than MPL ID, it seems like we'll have to take a look at that again, but as of now, ONIC, wow, they have to hold EVOS's roar.
Yeah, that's gonna be the mid-structure falling. Keyboy, oh, stunned up, taken down! You gotta be careful, Keyboy! That's gonna be ONIC now, 5v4, they commit the fight with the 7 and 4. No, Key receiving a lot of damage, will survive! Tyler will be the one to fall as the EVOS, they will roar this time. Take a look at the gold depth now. It is heavily for the White Tigers.
My God, EVOS challenging the Sky Kings. Their fangs are sharp, ready to bite back. They roar to life. With that single blunder in the Lord Pit, they translate it into even more. This is a snowball now coming in from EVOS. And ONIC are a bit in pandemonium, upheaval, and chaos. Taking down all the core members of ONIC and EVOS now. They will sit comfortably with this 3.2k gold lead. Where do they go from here now? Because EVOS, again, so much control. Rendy, top of that is going to be very careful. Sans has to pop the ultimate.
Great reaction to pop that Crimson Beacon, but that's it as well for EVOS. 40 seconds on the clock here for the next Lord to spawn, and EVOS, all they gotta do to equalize and get this game is stay composed. If you check at the items, take a look at the items, right? BOD on its way for Albert.
Yeah.
ONIC, they got to stay disciplined.
He wants maximum damage. Even the Boxer going for the Twilight Armor. Physical damage reduction. Or rather, physical defense, excuse me. And Divine Glaive for Swaylo Kyrie. Gotta be careful, man.
Trying to beat up the Watch Shadow here.
The backup's coming.
The backup is definitely coming. Watch Shadow popped. Now with the jukes, Kai made it out. ONIC looks for a counterplay as the Lord is now up in the bottom side of the map, and both teams will disengage to shift their focus towards that part of the map.
And Kyrie has to reset here. He was taken down quite low. He's gonna go back. He's not gonna clear the top side wave though. They're gonna fight in the mid lane, however, that's just a little bit of a skirmish. And EVOS, they call dibs on this Lord.
Will they blitz this or will they play patient? Now that they have the far lane, the Lord will be resetted surely, right? But Lutpi denied the reset. Real world relation pop Lutpi. Oh my goodness, the Lord is now committed and will be taken down by Albert. They got Lutpi, they got Kai, and they got Keyboy, and they got the Lord.
The heavens break into two, the skies come falling down as the White Tigers roar to life. ONIC on the back foot, backs against the wall. EVOS looking for the equalizer. The crystal is exposed, and the minion is coming.
They want to end now. They don't want to wait for the Lord. They do have enough firepower to do it. My goodness, EVOS. They strike back and make the series.